There's something almost mythical about the 1964 Jefferson nickel, a coin so ordinary on the surface, yet whispered about in collector circles like a secret doorway to overnight fortune. It's the kind of coin that hides in old jars, dusty drawers, and forgotten pockets, silently carrying a destiny so big it feels unreal. People overlook it because it's just 5 cents, but hidden inside some of these coins is a value that can explode into millions if the condition aligns like stars in a rare cosmic moment. This isn't just metal. This is a type of coin that, if you happen to find it in perfect, untouched, flawless condition, can flip your entire life story in a single heartbeat. The power of a 1964 Jefferson nickel isn't loud or obvious. It's subtle, almost sneaky. It waits quietly, disguised as pocket change from a world long gone. But the truth is, certain pristine examples of this coin, especially the ones with razor-sharp details, untouched steps on Monticello, and that glassy mirror-like shine, are valued so absurdly high today that collectors treat them like literal treasure. It's not a joke, not an exaggeration. In the right condition, this tiny 5-cent coin jumps from spare change to life-changing wealth, the kind that can put someone instantly in the millionaire lane without warning. Imagine this. A 1964 nickel lying unnoticed in someone's drawer for decades, its surface is protected by pure luck. One day they bring it out, thinking it's nothing special. A collector looks at it, pauses, looks again, and suddenly everything changes. Because when a coin from that year carries perfect detail, flawless surfaces, and the kind of sharpness that screams perfection, the value doesn't rise gently. It rockets into insane numbers. We're talking auction rooms going silent, buyers locking eyes, adrenaline rising, and someone dropping an offer so huge it shakes the entire room. Why does this coin get so crazy valuable? It's not about the metal. It's about rarity within commonness, a paradox that makes people lose their breath. Millions of 1964 nickels were made, yes, but the ones that survived pristine, untouched, absolutely perfect, those are almost non-existent. Most were tossed into circulation, scratched, dented, worn, forgotten. But the few that stayed frozen in time, those are the monsters, the unicorns. If you find this, your fortune changes overnight kind of pieces. Paragraph 5. Collectors today chase these flawless 1,964 nickels like hunters chasing a mythical beast. They'll examine every line, every shine, every tiny detail under magnification, praying for that perfect strike. The famous full steps on Monticello, the clean fields, the untouched luster. Because they know the truth. One perfect example can hit values so shocking that even experienced experts get goosebumps. These are the coins that explode into the million-dollar territory when stars align. And if someone casually finds one in old belongings, that's the kind of plot twist life doesn't give often. Holding such a coin feels different. It's small, light, almost too ordinary, and that's what makes the emotional punch even stronger. It feels like destiny disguised as metal, like wealth playing hide-and-seek. When a collector realizes they're holding a top-tier 1964 nickel, the reaction is always the same. Disbelief, shaking hands, racing heartbeat, that moment where your mind goes blank because everything you knew about small things suddenly changes. That's the magic of this coin. It carries a thunderstorm of value inside a quiet little circle of metal. If anyone out there owns a flawless 1964 Jefferson nickel and doesn't know its worth, they're sitting on a sleeping volcano. A volcano that wakes up only when the right collector sees it, understands it, and is ready to unleash a jaw-dropping offer. The coin has the power to turn an ordinary person into a millionaire overnight. Not in dreams, not in stories, but in real auction rooms where people fight with their wallets instead of words. That's why this coin must never be spent casually, never traded lightly, never tossed aside. It's a fortune hiding in plain sight. Paragraph 8. Every time this coin appears in top condition, it becomes the center of attention. Collectors whisper about it. Auction houses highlight it. People who know the coin market pause and watch, wondering how high the bidding will climb this time. And each appearance adds another layer to its legend, a legend built not on rarity alone, but on the shocking contrast between its face value and its real-world worth. 5 cents printed on the coin, millions offered for it today. That's the kind of twist reality rarely gives. So if someone out there ever finds a 1964 Jefferson nickel that looks untouched, glowing, sharp, and perfect, they're not holding a coin. They're holding possibility itself. They're holding a ticket to unimaginable wealth, a doorway to overnight success, a hidden treasure disguised as a simple 5-cent piece. This coin doesn't just change wallets. It changes destinies. It transforms the impossible into reality. And the person who finds such a piece should never, ever let it slip away for pennies. Because this coin in its highest form is nothing less than a miracle minted in metal. There are coins that shine, coins that sparkle, and then there are coins that shock the soul with their power. The 1945 Jefferson nickel is one of those mysterious treasures, a silent piece of metal forged in the final months of World War II, carrying inside it a history so deep and a value so unimaginable that collectors today whisper about it like a forbidden legend. People see a nickel, but experts see a fortune sleeping behind its tiny surface. One small coin, yet capable of rewriting someone's entire destiny overnight. This coin was born in a time when America was fighting not just on the battlefield, but in factories, in laboratories, in every ounce of metal available. That's why the 1945 nickel was not made with the usual ingredients. It contains a wartime alloy with silver inside, making it different, rare, and incredibly sought after. Every surviving piece feels like a time capsule of sacrifice and victory. And because so few perfect ones remain, the world treats high-grade examples like treasure chests worth opening with trembling hands. Collectors often say that a 1945 Jefferson nickel in million-dollar condition is not just a coin. It is a miracle. Only a handful exist in those unbelievable, untouched, pristine grades. Just imagine, a 5-cent coin that once jingled casually in someone's pocket could now be worth enough to buy a mansion, a luxury car, or even change an entire family's future. That's why people chase this coin like a dream that might turn them from ordinary to extraordinary. What makes this coin so emotionally electrifying is not just its rarity, but the way it carries energy from its era. The S, mint mark above Monticello, glows like a tiny symbol of hope from 80 years ago. When collectors hold it, they say they feel a strange mix of pride, nostalgia, and excitement. The shine of the silver alloy, the wartime design, and the untouched surfaces all join together to create something almost magical. Something that doesn't just sparkle, it intimidates with its beauty. Now imagine this. A 1945 Jefferson nickel graded in flawless, museum-level perfection. The kind of condition experts call top of the world. Such a coin doesn't just appear. It shocks the entire coin community. It makes headlines. It enters auctions like a superstar, and the moment the bidding begins, its value rockets into the millions as collectors and investors fight for a once-in-a-lifetime chance to own what many call the final wartime jewel. Even more unbelievable is the power this coin holds for an ordinary person. Someone could have this treasure unknowingly sitting in a jar, a drawer, a forgotten box. One simple discovery could flip their entire life. Instead of struggle, instead of waiting years for success, this one coin could become their golden ticket. A ticket so rare that it doesn't just open doors, it breaks them down with unstoppable force. A coin like this is not something to spend, donate, misplace, or treat casually. It is a hidden empire in your palm. If anyone today has a 1945 Jefferson nickel in ultra-high grade, shining, sharp, crisp, perfect, they are sitting on a wealth so powerful that selling it foolishly would be like throwing away destiny itself. Because this coin has the potential to turn a normal life into a billionaire-level future overnight. One decision can either protect that fortune or destroy forever. Collectors search for this coin with passion bordering on obsession. They travel to shows, auctions, private dealer rooms, online bidding wars, all hunting just for the chance to touch this wartime masterpiece. And each time a near-perfect 1945 appears, the room changes. Hearts race. Voices drop. People know they are witnessing something that may never return again. The coin becomes more than metal. It becomes magic. So if you ever come across this legendary 1945 Jefferson nickel, especially one in million-grade condition, hold it tight. Protect it like your future depends on it. Because it might. This coin is not just rare. It is destiny disguised as a nickel. It is wealth wrapped in history. It is the kind of treasure that transforms your life with a single decision. And if fate ever puts this coin in your hands, it has the power to rewrite everything you ever dreamed of overnight. There are some coins that look small, ordinary, almost invisible in your pocket, until their hidden power shocks the world. The 1965 D. Jefferson Nickel is exactly that silent storm, an innocent-looking 5-cent coin that carries an energy big enough to shake your destiny overnight. People walk past coins like this every day, not knowing they might be stepping over a fortune. This nickel is not just metal. It is a mystery, a miracle, and a millionaire maker hiding behind a simple date and mint mark. The year 1965 was a year of chaos in American coinage. Silver disappeared from everyday money. Mint marks were removed temporarily to stop collectors from hoarding coins. And the U.S. Mint entered a strange period where anything could happen. Wrong planchets, minting errors, misstrikes, experimental metals. That strange energy is what makes the 1965 D. Jefferson Nickels so unbelievably powerful today. Any coin from that transitional era that survived with perfection became a treasure chest sealed inside a tiny circle of metal. What makes a 1965 D. Nickel truly wild is that Dem was not supposed to strike coins with mint marks that year, yet a small mysterious batch somehow escaped with a D. These coins are whispered about among collectors, but very few have actually seen one with their own eyes. Their existence feels like a secret the mint wishes it could erase. That is why anyone who has a real 1965 D. Jefferson Nickel in untouched, blazing sharp condition holds something far beyond a normal collectible. They are holding a coin that bends history itself. The value of this coin doesn't come from metal. It comes from survival. Most nickels were used, dropped, scratched, passed around, and destroyed. But imagine the almost impossible miracle of finding a 1965 D. Nickel that still glows like the day it was born. Mirror fields, razor-sharp steps on Monticello, untouched surfaces. That kind of condition pulls the heart of collectors like a magnet. That is when the price stops being normal, stops being predictable, and shoots into the unimaginable range people never thought a 5-cent coin could touch. When collectors see a perfect 1965 D. Nickel, the story behind it hits them like lightning. A coin not meant to exist, yet here it is. A date from a year mint marks vanished, yet the D stands there boldly. A normal nickel worth 5 cents, yet capable of climbing into values that compete with luxury cars, rare antiques, and high-end investments. It does not behave like a coin. It behaves like a phenomenon. And whenever a phenomenon enters the market, million-dollar shockwaves are expected. In today's world, where collectors are willing to pay insane amounts for rarity combined with perfection, the 1965 D. Jefferson Nickel becomes a time bomb of value. People underestimate nickels until they see one of these appear in front of a hungry auction crowd. Eyes widen, silence falls, and suddenly the bidding starts climbing like fire racing up a dry mountain. A coin like this, in absolutely flawless or experimental error condition, can pull offers in the hundreds of thousands and, in the most extreme cases, even million-level attention. What truly makes this coin fortune-changing is its unpredictability. Nobody knows how many real 1965 D. Nickels survived. Nobody knows how many remain hidden in jars, drawers, boxes, pockets, or forgotten collections. That mystery adds fuel to the fire of its worth. The moment one appears in top-tier condition, collectors treat it like a once-in-a-lifetime miracle. If you have one in shining, untouched, ultra-premium condition, you could be holding the key to wealth that hits you overnight. Well, that flips your life upside down in the best possible way. If someone finds one of these coins and sells it cheaply, they are throwing away lightning in a bottle. This coin is not something to rush. It is not something to hand over casually. It is a sleeping giant that wakes only for those who understand its power. Treat it with respect, guard it carefully, and never let anyone pressure you into selling it at a low price. It may look small, but it carries the weight of an entire future inside it. So if you ever hold a 1965 D. Jefferson Nickel, especially in brilliant, original, sharply struck condition, remember this. You are not just holding a coin. You are holding a door that leads to wealth, status, power, and a future you never imagined. In today's market, rare transitional nickels like this can transform a normal day into the biggest turning point of your entire life. This coin has the energy to make you a millionaire overnight. Do not spend it carelessly. Do not let it slip away. It is not just a nickel, it is destiny. Imagine holding a small piece of American history in the palm of your hand. A coin so rare, so powerful, that its mere presence could change your life forever. The 1965 Jefferson nickel is not just a 5-cent coin. It is a symbol of unimaginable wealth, a treasure that whispers stories of the past while promising a future of prosperity. Unlike ordinary nickels that pass unnoticed through pockets and wallets, this particular coin is shrouded in mystery and scarcity. Its creation marked a unique moment in the history of United States coinage, bridging the era of everyday currency with the potential for extraordinary fortune. If you have this coin in pristine condition, you are not merely a collector. You are a custodian of a legacy capable of transforming fortunes overnight. The story of the Jefferson nickel begins with a vision of honoring Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, a man whose ideals shaped the very fabric of a nation. Introduced in 1938, the Jefferson nickel became a staple of American commerce. But the 1965 issue stands apart. It emerged during a time of immense economic change, when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with composition and designed to meet growing demands. What makes the 1965 Jefferson nickel truly extraordinary is its lack of a mint mark, an anomaly that instantly elevates its rarity. Coins with no mint mark from this year are exceedingly rare, making the holy grail for numismatists around the globe. Unlike the mass-produced nickels found in circulation, this coin carries a story of limited survival. Millions of 1965 nickels were struck, but very few were preserved in mint condition. The passage of decades, the wear of hands, and the sheer odds of survival make mint condition examples almost mythical. Imagine the thrill of discovering a coin that has resisted time, maintaining its original luster, as if frozen in history. The 1965 Jefferson nickel, when perfectly preserved, becomes more than metal. It becomes a portal into a past era, connecting you to generations of Americans who passed through history unknowingly holding the same design in their hands. Collectors know that rarity is not merely about the number of coins minted. It is about the story, the condition, and the undeniable aura that surrounds an artifact of the past. The 1965 Jefferson nickel embodies all of these qualities. Its silver content may be modest, but its value is immeasurable to those who understand the gravity of its existence. Owning this coin is akin to holding a key to unimaginable wealth, a literal bridge between ordinary life and extraordinary fortune. Some experts believe that in today's market, a coin like this could command prices in the millions of dollars, making even the wealthiest collectors pause in awe. What elevates this coin to the realm of legend is not only its rarity, but the sheer magnitude of demand. Numismatists across the world have hunted for decades to acquire examples in pristine condition. Each coin is a story of luck, patience, and sometimes destiny. When auctioned, these nickels can shatter records, drawing attention from both seasoned collectors and opportunistic investors alike. The thrill of knowing that this tiny 5-cent piece could elevate your life, financially, and symbolically add a layer of magic that no other coin can offer. Imagine the scenario. A coin passed down from a distant relative, tucked away in an old box, suddenly revealed to be this 1965 Jefferson nickel in mint condition. The emotional surge, the disbelief, the realization that you are holding millions in your hands. It is a story few ever experience. This coin carries not just monetary value, but an emotional resonance, a connection to history and heritage that transcends mere currency. It is a testament to the enduring allure of rare coins, the idea that a small object can hold the power to reshape lives. Many believe that the true magic of the 1965 Jefferson nickel lies in its potential. Unlike other investments that fluctuate with market trends, a rare coin like this offers a tangible, irreplaceable form of wealth. Its very scarcity ensures that its value will continue to appreciate over time, often unpredictably and dramatically. Imagine the confidence of knowing you possess a treasure that cannot be duplicated, a symbol of both American history and personal prosperity. In numismatic circles, this coin is whispered about with reverence, regarded as a pinnacle of collecting achievements, and often described as life-changing for anyone fortunate enough to acquire it. Owning a 1965 Jefferson nickel is not just about wealth. It is about legacy. It is about understanding the power of history and rarity, about connecting with a piece of the past that holds the potential to secure your future. The coin demands respect, not just for its material worth, but for its story, its journey, and its remarkable ability to capture the imagination of anyone who lays eyes on it. The moment you hold this nickel, you hold more than metal. You hold possibility, adventure, and the dream of fortunes yet to be realized. So, heed this warning if you ever come across such a treasure. Never underestimate the value of what you possess. The 1965 Jefferson nickel is not a coin to be spent recklessly. It is a key to wealth, a bridge between ordinary and extraordinary. In today's market, a coin like this can transform your life overnight, turning dreams into reality and ambitions into tangible fortune. Hold it carefully, preserve it diligently, and recognize the extraordinary power it carries. This tiny piece of metal is more than currency. It is a portal to unimaginable wealth, a relic of history that holds the power to make you a billionaire in spirit, in story, and in wealth, forever altering the course of your destiny.